All right, everyone, welcome back for live. How's everyone doing? All right, so we're going to cover here Nvidia earnings. And cover the SP as usual. All right, so anyways, let's get into it. Anyways, drop a like and a comment if you got a second. But yeah, markets today. I think we're coming out at. I think it's scheduled for 4:20, I believe. So we'll have some time here. But there's the after hours. Right now, if you guys want to take a look, that's not what I want. There we go. So here's Nvidia's GEX for Friday. And you can see it's really call heavy above 150. So it's not really, they're going to have to really blow it out of the park to get us up above that. I don't think we're really going to, and it doesn't really look that supportive either underneath here. Close right at like 146. 145 is a pretty good pin. There's 140 like support there, and then 135. But if they miss by like at all, I don't think there's a lot help, putting a floor below this. So that's the risk there. So it seems the market is like hedged to the upside, but not the downside on Nvidia. So we'll take a look at that. But yeah, market today, a lot of noise here. So again, we'll see if Nvidia can stop World War III, even though I don't think it's coming at all. It's just not seeing that from the oil market. Like oil's red, so I mean that's just kind of ridiculous. But right now here we've been in this range, and you can see all our levels here, and we've just been trading these levels in the trading room this week, and it's worked out really nicely. Here's your high 59.50 on ES, and then you've got like 58.85 to 88.90, which has been defended a couple of times here, and we got defended again this morning, and we came off here. This is all just noise here until we break through this or below this again. So a lot of people getting excited there at that last, little melt up. It's just noise right now. Am I really that bearish on anything though? Despite that, not really. I do think we could come down and test 580 though, on SPY. I don't think we've done quite enough here to really break out, even if Nvidia does rip higher. I think if we were to break out, it would look something or if we were to go up, I think it would look something kind of like this and then up. I just don't think we've done enough in terms of time here. Look at all these consolidation patterns, right? With the exception of this really big dip here, we had, it was like 2 weeks. This was 2 weeks. This was 2 weeks and a failure, and then back up. This was 2 or 3 weeks. This was like 2 weeks, a minor failure, and then back up. So we've been topped out for 3, 6, 7, 8, 9 days. I just don't see us like melting up through here. Not now anyway. And that's even if Nvidia does go higher. Now, if Nvidia does miss, yeah, I still think there's decent support down here in these areas. I just don't really think we're going to go that much lower. So I think 580 is still pretty good, even if we, even though we have been kind of like bear flagging a little bit here. So we'll see what we get. Triple Qs basically flat today. So same thing there. And on the NQ, we did get above my kind of like master level or whatever last night. Really by the end of the day yesterday, we hit it, and then we got above last night. You can see right there. And now we're right back on it again. And hitting it there. So, if we get above that, then yeah, we probably favor the NASDAQ up to about 21,000. So QQQ, that's going to be, 510. But even there, I don't think we're going to necessarily just melt through that. I think it'll probably be with a pullback and then another higher low. And I just see a little risk here on Nvidia. I just don't see anyone hedged to the downside here. So we'll see what we get. It's all going to hinge on that. So we got about 8 or 9 minutes left before that. We can go through a few things here. Dow up 1/3%, back above that 4 433.75 area. The Russell 2000 was leading today, so up 30 cents. I noticed this all morning too. So even when we dipped down this morning on IWM, we didn't really dip below. Yeah, we got to that like pivot from yesterday, the pre-market pivot yesterday, and ES really like kind of overshot that. So IWM was pretty strong today. Again, that's why I'm not too bearish in general. And if we look at the RTY, you know, up move, just back testing the breakout right now. So we'll see how high this goes. I think 2360 is not out of the question at all. If we just take a fib here, you know, 50% reach, it's 2370. We got the breakdown area right there. Oh, we got Snowflake earnings too. Yep, so a nice pop for Snowflake. Okay, so there's almost 30 points. That's 140, yeah, 150. So a nice pop for Snowflake. So good move there. Yeah, semis today, again, just flirting with that 200. Cloud was also up nicely, up 3/4. I still don't think that's really ready to continue yet either. But yeah, good move. Transports, this 20 MA should be major support tomorrow if we get there. For like, I'd say that's a tradable, like short-term bounce level there on DJT. The problem is there's not really that many ways to trade it other than IYT. And it's kind of thin here. So I'm just trying to like go through a few things. I know it's not the usual format here, but there's Bitcoin. Michael Saylor continues his creative accounting, if you want to call it that. It yields up fractionally here today. We had a 20-year auction, didn't go that well. 30-year, no problems with the pattern. 10s did get a bit. You just still have, I mean, you still have a bull inside bar pattern. If we get rid of all these lines, you still got a bull inside bar above all the moving averages. The risk is if this fails, then it's problematic. And if you get back below that trend line, it could be in a little bit of trouble. But 2s, you know, still holding up. If this base is enough, who knows? Maybe it does get through 4.4. We're not really seeing a rejection here, right? Like things get bearish when you get that rejection, and it's actually just holding up. So yields hanging in there. Home builders, nothing really going on. VNQ, nothing going on. Financials red today. And interesting, KRE was red too. IWM up, even with that. So definitely showing relative strength, even with fins down. Broker dealers green. I'll quickly get through some of this stuff here just so we can get it out of the way, and then we can talk. Well, I'll get to questions too, of course. Oil, looks like my things are off here. There we go. Yeah, oil into that trend line and got me backed off of there. Again, this is the most craziest world war ever. Oil prices didn't even go up. Wow. Look, there's gasoline prices up a whole penny. So I just don't buy into that noise, honestly. XLE was nice though. I showed this in the, I think I showed it yesterday. I can't remember. These days it just blurs up to me. But yeah, the BB with, I tweeted about this on the monthly. That, dude, you're going to get a move here soon on XLE. And that's got a nice bull flag there. Exxon too. I really like this here. I do own XLE, just full disclosure. I don't own Exxon, but I think I might. So I think these are setting up for a big trend leg. XOP, nice day. OIH, nice day, but this is the weakest. However, it also had the biggest move, the biggest one-day move after the election, so it's probably going to be weaker. You know, it makes sense that it would take more time. CCJ new all-time high, though no new closing high, very close. URNM, again, so CCJ is outperforming the sector. And NJ, same thing. These have definitely firmed up, though. Yeah, Nat Gas also having a good day, up 7.5. So I know I said this for like ever, but it finally happened. I was like, yeah, it should get into the low threes, right? And it did nat gas things for like 2 weeks, and then it did another nat gas thing today. If you own this, like, be aggressively trailing though, because this should top out like in the next week or two, and then it's probably done until springtime. So just be aware of that. Dollar good bounce today. Still got a lot of res up there at 107. So I think this is still stalled out for now. And impressive relative strength in gold. So up 82 basis points in a dollar index that was up 0.5%. Right into this level, I still have a little bit of gold left too from our trading room trade. And you can make a case it's trying to put a shelf here over 2650. I think it's got 2700 written on it. I think that's about max though, and it might take it a day or two of consolidation to get up there. Silver was a little bit weaker, but I still think this can get up into the 32, maybe 3250 area. I still have a small amount of silver left over too. Platinum down 1.25. Excuse me. Palladium down 1%. Inside day after 1050, and copper is the weakest one. So just kind of flat to lower there. It's interesting how I've been noticing this for a long time, right? Look at copper, and I mean, let's just compare it with the 10-year, right? 10 years going up, copper is going down. And same thing with crude. There's a noticeable divergence here that typically, look at the positive correlation the whole way. Something happened right around here where they just started going the other way. So somebody's lying, somebody's making something up. And then Bitcoin here, yeah, Michael Saylor's still pumping. So up 2%. I don't see why this can't go to 6 figures. I just think it's a little, I'd like to see a little bit more backing and filling first, but it's in parabola mode right now. So MSTR, a little tail candle there. That might be a little top heavy now. But Bitcoin, again, and people, you look at it like, well, it's going parabolic. Okay, but how many months did you set this move up for, right? 7 months of backing and filling, you get big moves. So make sure to always keep that in perspective. All right, I'll try to, so let's flip back over here. So Nvidia should be out in a minute. Still getting over this sore throat nonsense here. I'll try to answer a few questions. Matt saying targets for Bitcoin. Yeah, I mean, I think like 10. Well, and I have some GAN levels that I put down. 99.4 and then 101. Yeah. 101.2 to 101.1. So I guess 99.4 would be like my next GAN level on that. Because we already hit 93, which was target, so. Yeah, so let's take a look at Palo Alto. Okay, yeah, down, yeah, it's like down, what, 20, yeah, 20 points. That's not terrible, though. And then we got, see if Snowflake's still holding. Yeah, Snowflake's still holding the gain, so that's good. All right, looks like that's out. Yep, 140. There's Gex right there. $135's next if it goes. Let's see if I can get a headline here. So they beat earnings per share by 6 cents. Revenue beat by $2 billion. And it's selling off. Why is it selling off? Well, I mean, it's really high on the hog, as it's been for a while. It's taking a lot more to wow the market here. Very much like the dollar index. So that's the last two in a row, really, on Nvidia. When I was talking about this on the dollar last week, like you got 3 bullish or positive news reports for the dollar in a row, and it's still stalled out. So again, like the more it gets priced in, the harder it is to rally. So Nvidia 140 here. There is Gex there. Could try to settle. Next level is 135. After that, there's not a lot of support. I'll be honest with you. There's not a lot of support on it. Till I think like it might be like 120. I mean, there's a little bit at like 130 and then 125. Oh, see, it's also had dips after and then kind of pumped back up anyway. Let's see what NQ's doing here. See, I told you, and everybody that's in the trading room, I just said this an hour ago. I said, don't try, like, this is noise here. This is a noise move. So, right back down. Yeah, we break above here, then it's not noise. Then we know it's a breakout, but there's ES, there's NQ. Getting a good buy the dip, though, so far. There we go, 141. Let's go get Apple. Apple hanging in there. Let's look at Broadcom. Broadcom, little hit. TSM. Okay. So 142, all right. We'll keep an eye on that. I'll continue answering questions here. Yeah, Chav saying, Tozy saying, Euro US dollars to bounce market's gonna keep pushing. It's at the same level. Yeah, it's I mean, dollar's still into that 107 resistance, so I still like this resistance here. So, and it is stretched into that, so it may need to dip, back off a little bit, and that's kind of what I'm expecting. I know you're looking at the Euro version here, so it's got support here. I don't think the market's ready to rally or break out yet, as I've said previously. Even if Nvidia pumped here, I think it would look more like it would look, get out of here. It would look something like this. Well, oops, that's too far. It would look something like that, and then a pullback, and then I just don't think there's not enough time. More about time for me than price. All right, Nvidia back 143, 144. It's back to flat. So there's a lot of interest. By the way, there's a lot of Vanna. You can't see it on the Gex here, but there's a lot of Vanna, a lot of charm at 145 for Friday. So it might even just pin there. This could be a nothing burger. I thought of that too. Yes, please smash the like here. Thank you. Yeah. Yeah, 150, 145. You guys can see it too. I mean, look at that. Look at all that. This here, all these guys, they're going to lose money. The market just was prepared for a giga move to the upside, and yeah, I just don't think we're getting it. Yeah, micro tragedy. Yeah, you're welcome, guys. Joseph asking 10-year or copper and oil thoughts. The 10-year right now is no problems. So actually, let me flip over. I like this one better. Because you can just see that. So if let me just get rid of the trend line. You got an inside bar. So green bar inside above the moving averages. If this consolidates enough, it can go higher. That's as simple as I can put it right now. My bias right now is that I think the 2-year might go lower if we get. So I think right now the market is it's very much priced in growth and inflation. It's discounted that. So if we get any sort of like stalling in that. We got jobs coming out. It's not next week. I think they postponed it because of the holiday. So I think we'll get jobs on the 6th. And if jobs starts to weaken or just a little bit, you could see like some downside here in those short-term yields and maybe even the dollar index. I just don't think the market's like, you keep doing this pendulum stuff. Remember 2 months ago, everybody was like, that's it, deflation, crash, recession, all that stuff. And then now we're all up here. Now everybody's on the other side. So I think yields are, as I was mentioning a minute ago, and before you just asked, like I think oil and copper may be telling us that yields are lying. That said, I'm not like saying the inflation thing is going away, but I think kind of like near to medium term, that trade might cool off. I'm still in kind of the long-term inflation stagflation camp, but you know, there's always a yin and a yang to things. So yeah. I do not like coin. I don't like any crypto miner at all. The only one I think is worth it is Wolf, and that's just because we were just talking about this in the trading room earlier today. Um, Look at Bitcoin, right? Is this at all-time highs or is this at all-time highs? Yeah. Look at Coinbase. I mean, it's near the highs here. This one's holding up, but like look at all these other ones, like lower highs, lower highs. Like these are not. Like I just buy stuff that's going up, you know. Coin, like it's still not at all-time highs. You're into a pivot here. I just don't love them. I just don't. I'd say Coinbase is a little bit better. At least it's at like the local, like year-to-date high. MSTR, I don't really count as a miner because it's like kind of just like leveraged Bitcoin, but I'm not in love with the miners really. But yeah, I mean, coin's okay. Yeah, if it's still holding up and this 20 MA catches up to it, then yeah, it could go. I just don't like the other ones. I mean, you have like the definition of a bull market. Like you're at all-time highs and they can't even rally. So I think that's just a little concerning. Yeah, they're going to be a lot of premium. Yeah, don't be surprised if we just close at 145 tomorrow, or Friday, for that matter. Yep. Yeah, I mean everybody was like, I don't know. I said this a year ago too. I was like, the market makers have a handle on this stock now. They're not going to get 30% blown out like they did before. It's a $3 trillion company now. It's not going to happen. They'll take your money though. If you want to bet on it, they'll happily take your premium though. You know, but they're not gonna. It's not gonna get blown out like that anymore. I don't have a trade on this. This is just a parabolic name. I would say, yeah, if you own it, trail your stop. There's not enough price history for me to short it either. You know, maybe a little top signal there with that doji. It is very extended, but I'm sure this is probably not that big of a company either, so it can get like that for a while. Yeah, big move there. Pretty amazing. Carvana is still no problems with Carvana here. So we got to the 618. And yeah, your next level is all the way up here at 285. It is, you know, it's had a very big run. You know, but this is a stock that people have really shorted and lost a lot of money on. You know, if this consolidates, it can go higher. I'm rooting for it to go higher before we enter recession because I want it to take out the highs before we before we have a recession. Brandon saying, I think today was the last day, bears average, the last bear's chance to do real damage. Possibly. To do real damage, yeah, kind of. Because you had, like I said, you had all these assholes hedged to the upside. You know, if they wanted this down, it would not be that hard. Back down to 140 here. But I mean, like, if they wanted to slam this, there's not really any GEX support on Nvidia right now. There really isn't. It's not very big. So they could have hosed a lot of people. I still think we could see some more downside. I just don't think that we'd see a ton. So yeah, I would but mostly agree with that. I guess I still think 580 is possible. Maybe 575. We'll see. Yeah, Tori asked about Humana. Oh yeah, it hit our level. Yeah, it hit our 618, and now it's kind of flagged up. It's got a lot of supply to work through right there. So anybody who bought right here has been holding the bag for the last 2 months. So there's your pivot low, pivot, thrust through that. I'm guessing this is earnings or something like that. And then you work your way back here. And if it can break back above, yeah, we'll just say 300. And you could probably push up to 320, 325. Yeah, you can see it nice and clear on the weekly. It went to that, that's what a good level. So monthly, all-time low to all-time high, 618, 200 moving average, COVID low, pivot high. I mean, that's a money level right there. If I saw that when it hit, I probably would have bought it. But yeah, that's still, that might have one more leg in it. But it needs to consolidate this up move here, I think, and it's trying to do that now. But yeah, really nice level there on Humana. JJ saying hold on this long in NQ. I had an ES yesterday. It was a really nice one. We got it 58.66, and so this is what I was looking at here. Is that back test right there? And as soon as I saw the reaction, we got in, you know, right off the lows here, and it was really nice. I closed it yesterday though, and the reason for that is I figured we were going to do this today. So let's see, ES bouncing back up. How's Nvidia doing? It's bouncing back. So just noise here. We just need more time. So I'm not against longs here. I just think it'll probably, you might have to wait a little bit. I just think we got more time here. You know, healthcare too. I know like the RFK, I think it might take a little bit of working through to get through this, but this is a monster level here on XLV. So all-time high, all-time high, all-time high. Couldn't get through it, broke through it, back checked, and then if we take this pivot here, you can see the 50% retrace. It's getting a reaction now. So I'm not giving up. I know you had this kind of failed flag here, but I wouldn't give up on it just yet. I think it looks it's getting the reaction where it should. So, yeah, I think it's not bad. Yeah, 145, yep. Nvidia play money, I'll move to MSTR. Yeah. Yeah, MSTR, I mean, I just wonder how long, we were talking about this earlier too. I just don't know, like, how long is the government going to let him do that? Because he's basically just printing money. He's like you could make a case he's like counterfeiting money, and the government doesn't like it when you do that. By the way, we also have options now on Bitcoin, on IBIT. And if he gets too exposed somehow, they can gamma squeeze this thing down too, and up. Like, you gotta be careful here. Wall Street's a shark-infested tank. But speaking of ending in tears, Bill Huang just got sentenced to 18 years today. I don't know if you guys heard that. Herb saying, Any thoughts regarding year-end outlook of CCJ? Trend is up. I would say if you own it, hold it. Nothing really else to say. You know, I wanted a little double top here. Might need a little pullback first, but I don't see any problems with it. Trend is up. Weekly is really strong. Yeah, I don't see any issues here with CCJ. You know, you went into double top here, so it might need to digest it a little bit, but I don't see any issues with Camco. A lot of positive news for it too. Tozy say, yeah, XLV SPY, yeah. Let's see, oops, there we go. Oh yeah, it's really, wow. Oh yeah, so you're going down to like 2011 levels here. Interesting. Yeah, and XLV, I mean, it's really just back testing here. You can make the case here, so I suppose that's definitely possible. Not bad though, yeah. I like when you see stuff like that. Matt saying, do we have melt up next year? I don't think so. I think if we melt up into the end of the year, we start getting careful next year, because we just melted up for 2 years straight with no pullback. Well, we had one right here. I'm not calling these pullbacks. And post-election year, and if XLE breaks out, somebody mentioned this the other night to me, and I thought it was pretty smart. If XLE breaks out, usually that means SPY's not doing much, and tech is going to pull back. Usually the market doesn't like it, or usually the market runs to energy when there's trouble. I think energy is going higher, so. But I'm not bearish at all into the end of the year. But yeah, I would start getting pretty careful in Q1, especially if we still have like meme stocks running and meme coins running. I think we definitely need to get careful. JM saying Mara had nice days. Yeah, it had a nice day, but it's not like it's 50% away from its year-to-date high, and Bitcoin is $1 away from all-time highs. Like, you haven't even taken out the highs of last week. Yeah, MSTR and Wolf are okay though. Yeah. Oh, app is 100 billion market cap. Okay. Yeah, but what's 100 billion now? But I get your point though. It was probably like 25 billion 2 months ago. So yeah, it is parabolic though. Let's see, gonna get Nvidia here. 142. Nothing burger here. NQ is fractionally lower in the after hours. Jan asked about Roblox and Hood. Hood is doing okay. Roblox, yeah, you just had a really big move here, and it's trying to digest that too. So, oops. Yeah, so you're right into this big weekly pivot there. Yeah, if it can just consolidate this move, I think it can break out. It just needs to stay in this upper range here. You want to see this 20 MA catch up into the end of the year, then I think it can go. A lot of things look like this too. You know, like Square, like the ARC stocks, you know. And then Hood here, Hood's really come back. I mean, it's getting helped out by crypto trading. It's finally back above its IPO price. But yeah, this is definitely helped out by crypto here. So I think this is a crypto trade. When Bitcoin tops, this will probably top too. Levels wise, though, I don't really know if there's much. Yeah, I'd just say, yeah, you kind of almost got to 40. I'd say, yeah, $40 in this area. That's going to be some supply up there. But yeah, it's had a nice comeback. Brandon saying market seems to want to hang out at 585, 590, like the 570 level forever. It's consolidation above that. Yeah, there's no problems here. So, and that's what things do, up, stuck to a level 580, 570, or yeah, 570 forever, 580 forever, back to 570 for a few days. So I think we're going to be sideways here. And again, going into next week too, we're going to go into light volume, really low participation. There's not really any catalysts for the market next week that I know of. I don't think there's really much. I think we might have like PCE or something like that. But I think they put the jobs off until December 6th. So we won't have jobs until the week after. Yeah, you're welcome, guys. Thank you, guys. Pretty asked about VRT. You haven't taken a look at it in a while. Yeah, this is still going here. This thing is really bullish. I mean, yeah, it's overbought, it's extended, but the trend is up. I'd have to do like GAN levels on it to figure that. But yeah, look at this thing. It's doubled since the August bottom. Literally, there's a 60 at a 140. It's more than doubled. So pretty crazy. Yeah, you just take props on the way up. I still have I still have Bitcoin runners too. So there's no problems until there is. So just keep trailing on the way up. Tesla consolidate. Yeah, I think Tesla's fine too. A lot of people are betting against this too. Why it's going higher. Little reversal there, so it might need to digest a little bit, but yeah, this is still acting well. This has been leading the market too. Yeah, and they did that too. Brandon saying BlackRock's going to push the price up to 126. Sailor with FOMO. Yeah, exactly. Yeah, like it's not a problem until it is. Like Bill Wang was making a lot of money on Paramount until it had like one down day, and then all of a sudden he lost $2 billion in 4 days. It's not a problem until it is. So, by the way, if you guys want to just see, we can just punch this in. There's your there's your IBIT Gex. So, right now 53 is kind of like a magnet, 55, and then you got gamblers up here that are probably not going to make. This is for December, by the way. So 55 on IBIT might be about it for now. That's not too far from here. But yeah, if you leave yourself exposed to the downside, and somebody on Wall Street sees it, enough people on Wall Street, enough big money sees it, they will shoot your kneecaps out. Like they will, they're not just going to let that money like not be made. So it's working until, it works until it doesn't. Haver's asking, what size account would I need to join your live trading room? You can trade futures with any size account. You can trade I'm actually going to do a video. I actually have the notes right here on the video I'm going to do on futures, like a little bit of a, not like a intro to futures, but like a just kind of primers and like tips. I'm going to have that out probably next week. Well, you can trade futures with any size account. So, and you can trade micros too. So they're not like, they're 1/10 of a future size, but like you can make money off of them. So, if you can make it more than $100 a month, you're making money. But yeah, I'm going to do a video on that soon. Jason, yeah, good point there. I was just thinking about that today. It seems like December that likes to kind of top out. So yeah, every Bitcoin bull market, Thanksgiving weekend is the mania. Yeah, because they got to get all the jerks talking about it at the Thanksgiving table so they can FOMO in. It's just like, it's funny how that works, but yeah, Brian, just trade them. Yeah, I mean, if you want to do, I just don't think they're a catch-up trade really. But yeah, if you can trade the ranges. Yeah, pretty passionate about coin. I was talking about that. I just don't. I think coin's all right, but I don't like the other miners. Really, they're just not. If you're not making new year-to-date highs, at least while Bitcoin's at all-time highs, there's a problem. But I think Coinbase is okay. It might just need to let the 20 MA catch up, and I think it can go higher as long as Bitcoin is holding up. Goodell asking about SMCI. It's a no touch for me because they have legitimate allegations of fraud. And what that means is support and resistance. Like this can go to $1 like that. It can just go away. If something bad enough happens, like look at like Nikola. This is that you can't even see the like you can't even see. Like, this can happen. Don't think it can't. I don't think they're that bad. They're clearly like they actually have products and make money, but we think they might make money. But yeah, that's just a no touch for me. I mean, I might day trade it if I get like a really good setup, but I will not touch it as any sort of trade that I'm going to hold. If that gets news in the overnight, you could be down 40% like that, and there's nothing you can do. So it's just a no touch for me because anything that has fraud allegations that are legit, it's not worth it. Yeah, Zach saying VRT may probably be added SP. Didn't it already? Didn't they announce that? Maybe I'm thinking of something else. I don't know. Herb asking about VST, Vistra. Again, yeah, trend is up. I mean, I wouldn't buy it up here. It's just too overdone for me. But if you own it, trail it. And trend is up. I can't pay up for it up here, but no problems with it. Oh, thank you, Sebastian. Appreciate it. Mohammed asked about GCT. It's a little neutral right now. Let me just zoom out so I can see. Okay, so you had a high here, and then you came down, retested this kind of breakout area. I'd be a little careful. You got lower highs here. It's going to need to put in a higher low here at some point. If it can firm back up and kind of get back into the 2750 area and then consolidate, I'd say you got a chance to make a run at 30 to 3250. But right now, I'd be careful of those lower highs there. Because then it can come back down to 15, and if 15 goes, Doesn't have much till like, what, 12 or so. Maybe a little bit of support around 18 here too. You know, right there, but I would just be a little careful with this here. I don't like the lower low there. We have a lot of short float. Okay. I mean, there's always squeeze possibility. If it firms up in some sort of way, then I guess it could become a squeezer. But yeah, I'll just be careful with it here. Oh, somebody came out and announced they were short Oclo again. I think it was the same group that was short Carvana the whole time, so it'd be interesting. Have fun with that. SMR still at all-time highs too. I do have a, just FYI, I'll try to wrap it up a little bit here. I do have a hard out at 5 o'clock tonight, but let's see. Nvidia here, yeah, 143. It's nothing burger. So let's take a look at NQ again. Yeah. Yeah, no problem, no problem. You were asking about Chinese stocks. I'm kind of indifferent right now. FXI got to the 30 handle. Let me see. I think there was a level I liked on it. Yeah, I like the 618. It just didn't quite get there. 2950 could be interesting for FXI. I think I had a level on BABA. Yeah, it basically got to the 618. Kind of retesting this breakout. Yeah, 86. It might be worth a little stab here for a bounce. That's where it broke out. But it's retraced a lot of that euphoria move. See the Shanghai. So I like about the Shanghai is you have a higher low. Let me see. I like using the actual Shanghai. Yeah, so you know what? The Shanghai is actually in better shape here than the HK. Let me see. It's not a bad spot. Let's take the fib there. Let's use this one. Wish this, if these lined up, I would like it a lot more. Yeah, I mean, I guess you could make a case. Okay, yeah, here's the last pivot. There's your 6-1. It's worth a stab here. I like the Shanghai because notice how you got a higher low here on the Shanghai. So that indicates the range is tightening. So bears have like less control. It's tightening here, whereas see how the HK, you got that lower high. I just don't have a strong enough opinion on them, honestly. But you did go into this big resistance level. You can see that zone I've got marked. So it just needs to work through that. It's going to take time. But if it's still firming up, and you get that 20 MA is up here and it's doing this still, yeah, I think it can go higher. There's also talk of them doing stimulus to kind of like offset some of the negatives of the dollar rise and the tariffs and all that stuff too. So, but yeah, it's I think Shanghai is interesting, and that's you can play that with ASHR. Tracks it pretty well. And this, yeah, this is a little thin, but it's not bad. It seems to be tracking like XLE pretty well. Yeah, you get through 22, it should be able to run there. Yeah, right on. Yeah, 85, 86, yeah. So, all right, guys, I'm gonna have to wrap it up here. let's just take a look. So ES is literally flat. It's literally flat. So no problems here. NQ down 20 basis points. That's to yesterday's close, by the way. Nvidia 144. Yeah, who cares? Nothing, burger. Hey, let's just run a bunch of stops and then push it back up. So, yeah, you guys know what I'm looking at here. I think generally kind of still deferring to the trend here, still bullish. I wouldn't rule out another dip though, but I think that's all it is. I just think we need more time on the clock. Outside that, no real problems here. So, anyways, guys, I'll wrap it up here. Again, thanks for coming out, guys. Appreciate all of you. Good stuff. Thanks for supporting the channel. And yeah, if you haven't, come find me on carnivoretrades.com. Come try out the trading room. I should be doing a Black Friday special. I should announce it probably like Monday or something like that, or maybe Friday I'll do it, but let's get that going. So anyways, guys, I'll wrap it up here. Again, thank you guys all. Appreciate you coming out. You guys take care, and I will see you guys all tomorrow.